Hi, for today's video, we're going to talk about command prompt. So a command prompt is one of the command line interface CLI programs used to execute commands in Windows operating system. This is a text-based Windows for typing commands and receiving text-based output. So there are actually two ways to open the command prompt. First is to click the Start Windows button at the lower left bottom of the screen, then type command prompt. Click this icon and which will lead you to the CMD. Next is to press Windows R keys to open a run pop-up, then type CMD and enter. So, we are going to dive into the commands and what it does. So, first command is dir, which display a list of folders, files, and subfolders. Next is the cd or chddir, which displays the name of the current directory or changes the current folder. Next is the rm and rmdir, which delete a folder or directory. Next is the copy, which copies files from one location to another. Next is move, which moves file from one folder to another. Next is run or rename, changes the name of the file. Del, which is short for delete, which deletes one or more files. Next is exit, exit batch script or current command control. Next is echo, which used to display a message or to turn off or on messages in batch scripts. Next is the type, which displays content of a text file. FC, which compares two files and display the difference between them. CLS, which is clear the screen. And lastly, help, which provides more details about the DOS command prompt and commands. Now that we open the CMD, we can now see what we have here, our CMD as a default directory of public. Now let's try to check the directories inside the public documents by typing dir. It will proceed to display the directories of our default directory. We could check if the directories are similar by looking at the top bar of the folders and the directory names inside the command prompt. Now, let's make a new folder by typing mkdir and then name it by any name that you want. In my case, it is test directory. Then put dir to check if the output exists. Here you can see that it exists by appearing in its name inside the command prompt and also in the public documents. Now let's try to change our directory by typing cd or change directory. Then input the dir, in which directory you want to go. Then let's put testdir in my case. Proceed to put dir to see if the directory is empty, which in here, yes it is, because we just made this. Now let's go back to default directory and try to delete our test directory folder. To go back to the default directory, please input cd or change directory. To delete the directory, we need to input rmdir and type the name of the folder, which in my case is testdir. Then enter. Now, our folder is deleted and gone from both our folder screen and the command prompt. Let's explore more in CMD by making a new directory to test commands. So let's name our new directory as test.txt. Let's first try to move this to another directory, but to move this, we have to make another directory. From previous example, to make a new directory, you need to input mkdir, then name the directory whatever name that you wanted. In my case, it is test.dir. Then proceed to input dir to display all the directories below. Now, let's try copying the test.txt inside test directory. To do that, just input the word copy, copy, then name of the file, that is test.txt, and the directory that you want this file to be copied, which is the text directory folder. And now, let's check if we succeed in copying the file to the test directory. Yes, we did. It is displayed in our screen. So, let's proceed and try to move the file inside the test directory. In this, previously we copied the file, so now we are trying to move the file instead of copying it. But first, just rename the file test.txt to test1.txt since we already copied the same file name inside the test directory folder. It will be difficult to distinguish if we succeed in moving it or not. To rename the file, input rename, or for short ren or ren, the name of the previous folder, which is test.txt. So its new name, test1.txt. Look at your screen if you succeed in renaming your file. If yes, proceed to move the file to the test directory folder, which you will input move, M-O-V-E, name of the file, which is test1.txt, then the name of the folder, which will be the destination of test1.txt file. By clicking the test directory folder, you can see that we successfully moved the file inside the test directory folder. Your screen will display two outputs, which is test.txt and test1.txt. So let's now proceed to the next command to explore, which is the echo. The echo is used to display a message and also to turn on or off the message batch.
Now, let's try to put some words or string for this directory by typing echo, two close angle brackets, name of the file, then proceed to type the content that you want. Example, hello world. To check if there is a content inside the directory, input type and the name of the file directory, test.txt. Let us repeat the process to put a second line of string inside the test.txt directory. Again, input echo, two close angle brackets, test.txt, hello world of fun. Then, check again the content by inputting type test.txt. It will then proceed to display all the contents of the file test.txt, which is hello world and hello world of fun. Let us also put some strings or word inside the other file directory name test1.txt. For the first line, we are going to repeat the process, echo, two close angle brackets, directory name, and string content. And for the second line, echo, two close angle brackets, test1.txt, hello world of hatred. To check if the folder has the content in out, type test1.txt. Your screen will proceed to display the contents of the file directory. Next, let's compare the file contents by using fc to show the differences between the two files. Type fc test.txt, test1.txt, and the output will proceed to display the comparison of the two files. Now that we learned how to make a directory and put a content inside them, let's try to delete one of these directories. Type del, name of the file directory that you want to delete, and then enter. The directory name that you had entered will now be deleted in your screen and also in your CMD prompt. In case you forgot the command and cannot recall them, you can command help by typing help in the CMD to proceed display of all the commands of the CMD. By that time you have finished exploring your CMD screen, will be messy and full of previous commands. You can input CLS to go back to one single command prompt. Lastly, to exit CMD, you can directly click the red X button on the upper right of the screen or type exit to close the program. And that's all for this video. I hope you have learned on how to use the basic commands on Windows command prompt. Thank you for watching for this video and God bless.